The next law is related to the law of the mind. It's the law of perception. Marketing is not a battle of products. It's a battle of perceptions inside the mind of the customer or prospect. Let me give you an example. Take automobiles. Most people think when you sell an automobile, it's horsepower, styling, and whatever. Not necessarily true. You have to think about the perceptions of the car inside the mind. Take an example, the Japanese imported cars in America. Now, in the United States, the largest selling Japanese imported car is Honda. Number 2 is Toyota. Number 3 is Nissan. Now, in Japan, they sell exactly the same cars. You would think, would you not, if marketing were a battle of products, that the sales order in Japan would be at least similar to the sales order in the United States, but it's not. In Japan, Toyota is number 1, and Honda is number 3. In Japan, Toyota outsells Honda more than 4-1. The cars are the same, but the minds are different. If I walked into my office in New York and told my daughter I bought a Honda, she'd say, "Dad, what kind of a Honda did you get? Did you get the 2-door, the 4-door? Did you get the hatchback?" If I lived in Tokyo and walked into the office and told my associates I bought a Honda, they would say to me, "Al, what kind of a motorcycle did you buy?" Because you see, in Japan, when you say Honda, you think motorcycle. So why would you buy an automobile from a motorcycle company? That doesn't fit the perception of Honda in the mind. Take another example, Coca-Cola. As you may know, a number of years ago, Coke introduced a better tasting product called New Coke. How do we know it was better tasting? Because the Coca-Cola company did 200,000 taste tests, and they proved that New Coke tastes better than Pepsi, and Pepsi tastes better than the original formula, now called Coca-Cola Classic. So what is winning the battle? Is it the best tasting cola? No. New Coke, the best tasting cola, is number 3 in sales. And the regular Coca-Cola, the old formula, now called Coca-Cola Classic, is number 1 in sales. Why is that? Well, think about it. The can says New Coke. People look at that and say, they changed the formula. I'm not going to like the taste of that. So you taste it and say, I don't like the taste. The mind tells the mouth what something ought to taste like. Perception is critical in marketing. It's perception. You have to match what's in the mind if you want to be successful. Take another example. Volkswagen. Volkswagen came into the U.S. market with a small, ugly, but reliable car called the Volkswagen Beetle. It quickly became the best-selling imported car in America. 1 year, it had 67% of the imported car market. So what did Volkswagen do? They came out with a full line of good-looking cars. People looked at those cars and said, they're not Volkswagens. So today, Volkswagen's share of the imported car market is just 4%, in spite of the fact they have a full line of 8 good-looking cars. Now, Volkswagen, as you may know, has been showing a new car called Concept 1 in automobile shows around the world. People look at that car, small, ugly, reliable, and say, that's a Volkswagen. I think that car is going to be a big seller. It matches what's in the mind of the customer. That's the law of perception.